gonna react some breakdown reaction video. They're gonna react to something special. If you guys didn't know, I don't know who would know, especially like who would know now, especially if you're like in the comic books that the great, the late, the myth, the legend, the comic god, the man himself, Stan Lee, passed away yesterday at 95. And gosh, it's just hard. It hurts to even say that. Stan Lee meant so much to me. I know for a lot of people out there who don't understand, will be like, how can a man you never met mean so much to you guys? This what he built helped me in my life so much. It helped me change to get to where I'm at, to where I'm now, reading those books, reading those heroes, seeing them go through struggles. And I remember as a kid, I was reading like, if they can beat all these superheroes and beat all these villains, these cosmic beings or these guys are trying to destroy the earth, the whole universe, or all resistance even, then like I can get to what I'm going through. And their books just mean so much. When, like, say the Hulk is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love the Hulk. I love Thor. I love the Avengers. The movies are fantastic. We wouldn't have the movies without this man and Jack Kirby. They were the 1-2 punch. They were pretty much the father of Marvel Comics. They created all this. It was them that pretty much the entire, like I said, all of Marvel Comics was built off their shows, built off their hard work. And it just hurts to hear, especially as somebody that's a comic fan, somebody who loves Marvel, who loves just everything that he built so much. Really hurts to say this man is gone. But anyway, guys, we're gonna be reacting to Marvel's, I guess Marvel Entertainment Channel's tribute to Stan Lee, and I think this is very awesome to do. They had to do something like this. They had to. Like I said, he was the father, the man that helped build Marvel to what it is now. There's no way they couldn't do something like this. No way they couldn't give this man the price that he deserves. And I felt like he wasn't worth or as much as he should have been, especially for all the work that he put in for what Marvel Comics became. It's too much for me, guys. I swear, it's too much for me. Just knowing that we'll never get Excelsior or we'll never get like another cameo game. I think his last cameo will be like in the Spider-Man movies getting ready to come out, then the anime one, and Infinity and Avengers 4. I think it'll be our last cameo, but those will be our last like his cameos. But we'll never get their cameo. We'll never get to hear it. I mean, his voice or anything new. There's still tons of old books, TV shows, cartoons, movies, and things that you can go hear his voice again. But like we'll just never get to hear it again and anything new. I mean, but his legacy will never be forgotten. I don't want to make this video so sad. I want this video more to celebrate his life and the things and what he built and what he did to get where he's at. That's what this is meant to be. It's meant to celebrate that. And so I don't want to make this a sad video, even though it is very sad. I'm so sorry. I'm so like a lot of you comic fans still hurting right now, but I really want to give props and just love to this man for everything that he did. So let's get into the reaction video. Guys, if you enjoy the reaction, if you enjoy me, please hit that thumbs up button. That would very much help. I want to keep my dream moving forward. I just remember one of the life lessons that he said, like, he didn't even make Spider-Man until he was 39. Because at first they didn't want Spider-Man to be a superhero, but it's, like he said, he had to wait until later. But his goal is that you're never too young to keep trying. You're never too old to keep trying. Success can happen at any moment. So just hearing that makes you want to achieve and makes you want to keep doing this YouTube channel. You know, I don't have that many subscribers, so I'm going to keep going. I really appreciate you guys. You guys could like, if you guys could give me a thumbs up, you guys could subscribe and help me, my dream, and help me keep this channel moving forward. So please like and subscribe, guys. Also, comment down below, tell your thoughts on the video, on the tribute. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an amazing one. And your thoughts on my reaction video. But also, guys, link below in the description to the original video, as well as my Facebook and Twitter. But let's get right into it.
Stan Lee. I've been writing stories for the young generation for the past 30 years.
So young.
During this time, I think I've learned a lot about...
God, he is so young, guys. Like, look at him. That was 1968. His TV pilot footage. Like, oh my God. That man was alive for 94 years. I mean, for 95 years, guys. So it's just shocking to look back in, because I've never really seen a picture of him. He was young. I think it was like one time, but to see him like so young with all his hair and his beard, he looks like an actor. I think I want to say, I can't remember who it was. I think it was like from an old movie or something. It's one of them actors, that be like in the Cowboy West, no, Wild Wild West movies, like with the bear and the greased up bear and everything. But it's something to see him just look, just see him look like that, guys.
What young people think. More importantly, I think I've learned a lot about what young people are. We're going to try to present a voice that somebody will listen to. The voice is needed. We hope it will be ours.
Oh my god, guys, I might start crying. Like, I'm sorry for my positive guys. We might start crying because it's just seeing him. It's like, oh my god. Excelsior! I'm sorry, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Stanley. Stan was doing one of his panels, and they asked me to come up and just say hi. Felt a little goofy, but I came up, I shook his hand. I think the microphone caught it, but I whispered in his ear. I said, hey, they just wanted me to come here and shake your hand, but while I'm up here, I want to say thank you. You saved my life.
Sorry, guys. Again, I might pause this from time to video, guys. I'm really sorry for all you guys who want to just watch the video too, but I have to talk about it. One of the reasons I was so sad is that I never got that chance. I never got a chance. I just want to shake the man's hand. I just want to tell him thank you. Because like man said, he saved my life. I don't think for real wrestling, when you say like he's a real superhero, he is. His comic book saved so many lives, saved so many kids from going down bad paths who were probably being bullied or who feel like they didn't belong in the world. And sorry guys, and his videos, his comic books. His comic books help those people out. And like the man said, he told him, you saved my life. And that's so many people around the world, millions, possibly billions of people who he saved just because they were able to read these comic books and felt like they could do anything that if their favorite heroes can do it, why couldn't they? If their favorite heroes can get through, like I said, dealing with these gods, these mystical, these cosmic level beings, if they can get through and save the world and do it all over again, why couldn't we? And I'm saying like what he built was just it was so much more than I think a lot of people, a lot of the average people who don't read comic books or comic books never been in life understands just how much it meant to so many people who are comic book fans. Just what it meant. Sorry guys, what it meant in general, just what he built, what he built, and that it's something that I feel we can never forget. And like I said, unless you're a real comic book fan and you truly run the comic books, you cannot understand what I'm feeling right now. You never will. You'll never understand what that man just said. Like, I wanted so much to just meet this man and say, and I can already tell if I really did, like, I would have been nervous. I would have been like, oh my God. I might not have been like, talk, because I just been like so nervous, just Stan Lee. But God, like, I'm so envious and so jealous of all the people who, even just the people who we didn't even talk to him, just got a chance to shake that man's hand. That's all I ever want. That's one of my life goals, was to meet this man, to shake his hand, to talk to him, just to say thank you for everything that you've done. Like everything he's built has helped bring me and my family together and closer. Like, I remember when the first Avengers movies came out, and that I was begging my mom to go see it, and I wanted my mom to come see it with me. But my mom, she really wasn't a fan of comic books, so she really didn't want to go see it. Like, she knew she like Batman, Superman, but she didn't really go see the movie. I had to beg and beg and beg, and eventually she came with us. She came with us and she saw the movie, and she fell in love with it from the moment it started. She fell in love with the characters, with Thor. She was like, oh my God, Thor's so hot. Captain America's so hot. Oh my God. It was disgusting. But she fell in love with those characters and then brought us closer, because now every time a Marvel movie comes out, we have seen every single Marvel movie together as a family. It's brought us closer. So like, I'm not just saying he saved lives, but he brought people closer, people who fell in love with comic books. Like, I'm saying, my mom was a comic book reader, but she fell in love with the characters and with the universe that he built and what the movie brought. So it just shows that without this man, that we wouldn't, the world, I just feel, would be a little darker place, really, if he didn't create the characters that he did. Anyway, I'm sorry, let's get back into the video.
Life that I have today, there's a direct line to that first comic book to here. Well, Stan's best creation was always Stan. As a creative figure is one thing. Stan as a personality was able to somehow tap into his own larger-than-life, self-effacing and self-aggrandizing at the same time personality. As I would describe it, that P.T. Barnum aspect of him, it's just something he infused the group with, and it's something that the people who followed him have been able to kind of keep that energy going.
I think Stanley is going to be an icon, what he represents, what he was able to accomplish.
He even is. That nigga is an icon. I would argue, I would fight anybody who says he's not an icon. I says he was not an icon. That man was an icon, not just to comic book, not just to pop culture, but just to everything in general. What I said, what he built affected the entire globe. It's affected so many people. Like, that man is an icon, and like, but just as they were saying, like, you can see, like, I've heard people always say, like, he always had such good energy. He was always so hyped. He was always so happy. Like, he was old, but he'd be moving around, dude. Like, you saw he was jumping, doing little bits, like, doing little punches. Like, he was just always such an energetic person, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you could tell that man loved comic books. You could tell he loved his fans. You could tell he loved what he built. And that he loved that it was able to give people hope, and that it was able to, like I say, when he first started writing, he probably never thought it would get to this point where it would start making movies and things like that, and that it would change so many people's lives across the entire world. But it did, and it's just crazy, guys. To say he's not an icon is absolutely insane. Like, it's a fucking lie. There's no doubt about it.
He built American mythology because stories are really what stay with us.
Those characters that he created when he infused Marvel, the brand, with, have always shown through.
Even if they have superpower, they have to be believable. What they do has to be what any normal person would do in those situations.
And the idea that he championed all kinds of different voices, all kinds of points of view, and the concept of diversity and equality and conversations about...
Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm really positive because I want to talk about what they're saying. Like you said, but he really was the person that, started diversity in comics. Like, so when the Justice League came out, back then, comic books were always bright. They were perfect. Like, the Justice League always got along. They never fought. They always got along back then, the really old comic books. So Stan Lee ended up creating the Fantastic Four. No, the first family of Marvel Comics was just the first family of comics in general, the Fantastic Four. And they were a superhero team, but also at the same time they were family. And like every family, they had fights, they had squabbles, they disagreed, but they always come together in the end. And when I remember, like, when that came out, I remember reading about when that came out, it flew off the shelves. It just blew everything away. People were so in love with it because it felt real. Because it really felt like a real family, a family that had superpowers. Yes, they had superpowers, like you said. They were still like normal people. They argued. They barely like any family. Well, every family argues. It's just what family is. There's no perfect family. Every family argues. Sorry, every family argues. They fight. You pull your sister here. She punches you. You push her. She pushes you. You steal some of hers, draw it. She like set your clothes on fire. That's a crazy ass family. But you have those little squabbles between parents or between siblings, and one thing I love about was Sue and Reed, that it really showed their marriage. Like, their marriage was always perfect. They had their ups and downs. They disagreed on a lot of things. Sue was always mad because Reed was always working and felt like he was always putting his signs above his family, above his team. But that's what I'm saying. That's what made people so drawn to it, is the fact that it was like that. It's one thing that makes Spider-Man so great. When he created Spider-Man, nothing ever seems to be able to go right for Spider-Man. It's never perfect. And I remember Stan was talking about, he said his producer or editor at the time or something like that said it was crazy. It's like, you can't create that. You know what superheroes are? Superheroes don't ever have trouble. They'll ever have problems. Everything's go right because they're superheroes. But Stan thought, no, he's like, they have their superheroes just to have powers, but they have to be real too. It means they have to have their own struggles and their own things that they go through, just like every other known person does. Just because they have power doesn't mean they don't go through their own struggles. Like, Thor's a god, but he still goes through heartbreak. He still goes through love. He still does go through anger, pain, emotion. It just shows, like, he just really wanted people, even though these are beings, these are mythical beings of gods, they can still act human. And like I said, that's what Stan did in bringing people like Black Panther. He rebrought the diversity in the Marvel comics, or with the mutants, or with the X-Men. While the X-Men do deal with their own villains, they also always have to deal with, with humans not accepting mutants, or humans not liking mutants, diversity, racism, things like that in the X-Men comics. But that's what made them such great stories. That's what made them characters that you fucking fell in love with. You fell in love with Jean, Scott, and Wolverine because the whole love triangle. Like you had your fans who who loved Jean and Scott. You had fans who loved Wolverine and Jean. So like that triangle was incredible. Beast going through his own journey, Storm growing up as a slave, having to be forced to steal, or even X-23. Like X-23 was a very dark character. She grew up like when she first started. Remember, she was being captured, she was being trained and forced to kill people just even as a kid. And when she was escaped, she was like a prostitute. But it like those dark moments really gave life to a story because it shows not everything's perfect, and it made people feel more connected because it felt more real, and that's what I really think Dan brought to it. He made them feel more real. No, superheroes weren't perfect. They struggle. Yes, they have powers, but like when people, they struggle, they fight, they sorry guys, they bicker, they argue, but they have their own problems, and they're just like you and me. The only thing that's different between me and them is that they have powers, but they act just like us, and like it made people really be able to relate to them. Sorry guys, I know I was talking a long time, but I just had to get that out there.
Social politics, all these things he had been doing for years, and now it's at the forefront of everything that we talk about.
I just think he was connected in that way, and he was connected to who his true audience was and who he was really writing for. He complemented that with always being hopeful.
Oh guys, sorry. Buffering bullshit. Sorry guys, I'm back. Let's finish the video.
With his own first-person personality of being Stan. My earliest memories of Stan were reading those soapboxes. You felt like he was talking directly to you and no one else. What I didn't realize was that there was a kid behind me at the candy store reading the same thing, feeling the exact same way.
His ideology was very clear. It was very black and white, how to be good, how to treat people equally. And that's a really powerful impact.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Stan, like you were saying, like he had those little things on Canvas. And it's at the end of every combo, like he felt like he would believe like Lowe's messages, and like I said, but he said it felt like he was talking to you. It felt like he was telling you about, like I said, one of the best things, like the whole thing with Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. A lot of people look over that just because they heard it so many times through Spider-Man's origins, but that's so important because it really shows that when you have great power, you have to use it responsibly. You have to have the responsibility. Yes, you have to use it. You must have the responsibility. You have it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to say that you have the responsibility. You have the responsibility to use it for good. Just because you have great power doesn't mean you shouldn't use it for good. You have that responsibility. You have to. And like you say, it's very black and white. So you treat people good. You treat people when you want to be treated. Like he said, I think Stan said in one of his interviews that his most important, like his favorite, most important saying, at least he thinks, that treat onto people how you want to be treated, I think it is. Basically like how to treat people how you want to be treated. Because he felt that, if everybody in the world treated everybody how they want somebody to treat them, the world would be paradise. And that's true, actually. If we all treated people like how we want to be treated, the world would be paradise. And he said, no, he didn't discriminate. He didn't discriminate. He didn't like undermining women. He didn't care what race you were. He didn't like that. He wasn't into religion, so he never got too involved in politics because he never liked stuff like that. And I felt that's what made him such a great person. Like he didn't care if you were, black, gay, transgender, Mexican, Arab. He didn't care about that. He didn't care if you're a woman. We were all equal in his eyes because he treated people the way he want people to treat him, with kindness and with love. And it's just so sad to hear that we lost such a great human being like that, guys. The fact that we lost such a good person, and it brings me to tears every time I fucking hear about it. Every time, like even though it's only been a day, even now I still get sad every time I just hear somebody mention. I'm like, oh my god, why? Just because she was such an awesome person. He taught us so many lessons through his comic books that help us even in our days of lives as grown-ups. He's truly like just changed the world to help so many people, and it's just saying we have to lose somebody like that.
To lean into the light as much as you can, even if there's darkness all around you.
In writing the soapboxes, I used to just talk to the readers, anything that came to my mind, just to make the books not seem like something cold and aloof, and it's something you buy and you throw away. I wanted them to feel buying a Marvel book was like visiting an old friend.
Without that, we wouldn't be experiencing the success we had today. Definitely. People like that, creative geniuses like that, you can't help but walk away learning lessons. they have a way of delivering messages that, just resonate with those of us who have followed his work and followed the characters he's created.
He made it feel intimate and that anybody could belong to it. We're really lucky to have him really define us, because it's really given us something to move forward with.
There will never be a world without Stan Lee.
Never.
He's the heart of the Marvel Universe.
That's so true. Oh my God. 1922 to 2018. Oh God, guys, that's the end of the video, but oh my God. Just hear when he said the fact that he was, sorry guys, I told you I might cry a little bit, that I'm not ashamed to say it. Like I said, I love that man to the death of me. And he is somebody that I will always treasure. Somebody who I wish with all my heart that if I ever build a time machine, like if I ever build like a time machine in the future, or if we ever do get time machines, he is one of the first things I will ever go back and meet, because I want to meet him so bad. So, like I said, he was such a warm person. Like he said, like he wrote those things because he said he didn't want people to feel like it was a cold, like the comic books were cold, like they were heartless, like that the writers didn't care about the readers. That's why he said he wrote just everything was in his mind, wherever he was thinking about that time, and just that helped so many kids back then who were reading those, because it gave them courage. It made them feel like somebody cared about them. If they were living at home with their parents, they gave a shit about them, or they were being abused, or whatever was going on in their life, it made them feel like somebody cared about them. Like he said, like he was always want people to lean towards the light, no matter how much darkness was around. He was such a warm person, in that he always strived for the good, for hope, and for the betterment of people. And like you said, without him, there would be no fucking Marvel Comics. I don't care what anybody says. Without that man, he, like I said, he was a heart of Marvel Comics. He was the face. When you thought of Marvel Comics, you thought of Stan Lee. And to hear that he's gone, guys, it rips my fucking soul apart. It rips it apart and throws it the fuck away. Because it feels like I lost a piece of myself to know this man who brought me and billions of people around the world so much joy and so much hope and so much encouragement and just inspiration to chase our dreams and to be who we want to be, that we all can be our own heroes. And that's why I ever say this man's an icon. He is a real superhero. Because every time somebody was reading somebody's comic, he was saving somebody's lives. He was saving more lives than any of his heroes in the book did combined. Every single day. Every time people read his books. They picked up a comic book and they watched the movie or they watched a cartoon every single time. He was a real hero, and he deserves to be treated as such. He deserves to remember he is an icon, a legend, someone who would dare be missed. Like the world, truly, the whole universe itself has truly gotten darker, and now that he's gone. Feels like we lost a giant shining like star of hope, I guess. That's what I feel anyway. That just we've lost such a beautiful person, and it hurts to say it even now. But anyway, guys, I gotta wrap this video up. It was great Marvel, great tribute. They'll probably do something else because it was short, but it was a nice little tribute just to hear them talk about what Stan meant to them and what he meant to Marvel Comics. Like he was the heart, always forever be the heart of Marvel Comics forever. There is no Marvel Comics with no Stan Lee. There just isn't, and there wouldn't be. But like I said, I wish he would just live a little bit longer just so I can meet him. I know it's kind of selfish for me, but it's one of my dreams. And like I said, if I ever been a time machine, I know who one of the first things I'm going to go back and do. But anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it because it helps me keep my dream going, which is the dream of this YouTube channel. Like I know one of my dreams for this channel is to get to 1 million subscribers one day. So hit that like button, help me achieve, and help me keep going with my dream. Please subscribe if you guys liked. If you guys want to see more videos, please subscribe. and you go look at my channel, some of my other videos, please comment down below. Tell me your thoughts on the video. Did it make you emotional? Did you tear up a little bit like me? Maybe a lot of you did, but I'm not afraid to say I teared up. And even tell me like your thoughts and your best memories of Stan Lee, what you loved about him. I would love to know in the comment section, down in the comment section, guys. I would really love to know. And tell me your thoughts on my reaction video. You think it was a little crybaby for crying? If you did, whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna cry with this man because this man meant that much to me. But again, guys, link below in the description video as well as my Facebook and Twitter. And this is I Reaction, and I will see you guys later. Peace. Have a blessed day, guys. Stan, we will always remember and love you, Stan Lee. We can never forget you. I hope you are in peace now.